Okay, Beevers, let's talk about what's been an eventful week, not just for the team but for yourself. I think you've been through the wars a little bit. Let's list the injuries. What have you been having done to you this week?
There's been a few knocks and bruises over the last couple of weeks. Picked up a few knocks and everything. Started with a cracked rib about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and then obviously dislocated the shoulder against Luton, and then on Tuesday night broke my nose. So there's been a few.
They do say they come in threes, I suppose.
Yeah, hopefully that's the end of it now. There'll be no more until the end of the year, and then start fresh.
Yeah. It shows, doesn't it, the battling spirit in this side at the moment. You just want to keep being part of it and keep winning with Mansfield Town.
Yeah, the run that we're on at the minute, I think everyone just wants to be a part of it and just stay in and do well. As long as we keep doing what we have been doing in recent games, no reason why we can't keep doing it.
Is the shoulder a recurring problem? Because I know once the dislocated shoulder's dislocated, it's quite easy to pop out again.
It was. I actually had it operated on about 2.5 years ago and had it put back in and all tightened up and everything, but with the pitches being sort of like hard, it went hard. Luton's pitch was hard, and the way I landed on it, it just came out again.
You weren't getting much sympathy from the Luton fans, were you?
No, I couldn't really tell you, to be honest. I was in a world of my own then.
You probably obviously knew exactly straight away what had gone off.
Yeah, soon as I knew what it was, as soon as I hit the floor, I knew it was out of place, and just had to sort of like try and relax the shoulder to try and put it back in.
And then Tuesday night, the bus nose, but you thought, here we go again.
Yeah, that wasn't a nice feeling. It was obviously on a cold night as well, and laying on the floor and all you can feel is blood pouring out of your mouth and nose. Is not a nice feeling.
I suppose it's all made better though by the fact that these last 3 games, 3 victories for Mansfield Town, you couldn't really have asked for much more on your travels.
No, and you'd sort of like go back to the start before we went away. You'd be looking at them thinking, well, we'd come away with them unbeaten, maybe pick up sort of like 7 points from them, but to come away with sort of like 9 points, it's been brilliant really, especially with being away games. They're always not so difficult to come away with victories. Are
you looking at that table at the moment? I know some players don't like to look at it, others pore over it every single week.
No, it's one of them things that's in the background really. There's obviously a lot more football to become at the minute to be finished where you finish in the league.
I know there's some people that say that the tables shouldn't be published until the end of the season because really tables at this moment in time mean nothing.
Yeah, it's right. It's a nice way to look at it, but obviously people need to know the sort of like how they're doing in forms and things like that. And like I say, some people like to know how they're doing and where they are within the league and the league structure and how they're doing for the year.
Is there a danger now that because the Stags are in the top 5, it's AFC Telford on Saturday at home, there could be a tendency to feel, oh, we've done the job now, when really you haven't?
Yeah, I think we've just got to put what's happened in the last 3 games behind us and where we are, the run that we've been on, and just take every game as like a fresh start, like it's the start of a new run. We just can't really think of the team where they are in the league or anything like that. We've just got to get out there and play it like it's a big team at the top of the table. And
for yourself personally, it was a slow start at Mansfield Town, but I think we're beginning to see the real Lee Beevers, aren't we? Not the injury-prone one, but the good at football Lee Beevers.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a slow start, trying to find my way in the team and everything, but hopefully I can just keep doing what I'm doing.
Has the move back to right back helped a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I've played left back, right back, so I switched between the two all my career, so it's not really an issue, left or right. So I'm just happy to be playing and doing well.
It's a settled back line now, isn't it? It's been there pretty much week in, week out, and that, as I said with the others in that back line, it helps, doesn't it, knowing who's there week in, week out?
Yeah, as a back 4, or back 5, including goalkeeper, it's always nice to know, so like you've got a solid back 5 and that you know what everyone's going to be doing and you get used to how everyone plays and you have an understanding between each other. It's almost telepathic that you know that someone's going to be there. So it makes it a lot easier.
What about Telford on Saturday? I suppose it's another difficult one because they're like Lincoln on Tuesday, fighting for their lives a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, they'll be no different for us. Obviously, 2 different spectrums that are obviously fighting to go up and they're fighting to stay up. So both teams will be really up for it, and it's going to be a tough game.
And then into the top 5 and within touching distance of Wrexham now. All the talk was playoffs a couple of weeks ago. Now people are talking about the title. Is that something that's been banned in the dressing room yet?
No, I don't think so. Not yet. I think lads are just happy to be in playoffs because that's obviously what we've been working for. That has been his next goal. But we're looking at now the 2 Wrexham games, which are going to be massive.
And what about the fact that these last 2 games have both been won by last-minute goals? Some would say that's lucky Mansfield, but I suppose you'd say, well, that shows that we're battling right to the end, and that's when you win matches.
Yeah, I think majority of goals are scored in the last 20 minutes of games and what have you, but to score in the last minute of 2 games on the trot, I mean, you need a little bit of luck to win a championship, so who knows?
Well, Lyndon Meakin got Lyndon Meikle got the goal. Lyndon Meikle got the goal, of course, on Saturday, and that was great for him, wasn't it? He needed that at a time, perhaps, when he's been out the side a little bit.
Yeah, obviously, I've said before, you look in the stands and on the bench, he's got some class players. And Lyndon, he's a fighter. He'll never give up. He's a constant performer in training and what have you. And who knows, he might get his chance on Saturday now.
And Matt Green on Tuesday night, he's certainly banged them in now, isn't he? He's a different class, isn't he, as a striker?
Yeah, he's there's different kinds of strikers. I mean, obviously I play with Reedy and what have you, and Green is obviously more mobile, and it's great to play with someone who wants to go and do all that running and create chances for me and what have you. And but yeah, Green is. We really need to keep hold of Greeny, I think, next season. So. Fingers crossed.
And for yourself, you're in that position that you knew and played for Pocock's under Eastwood, just behind the front man. Is that the position you feel you're strongest at?
I played behind the front two at Eastwood. It's a little bit. I've had to change my game a little bit at Mansfield. It took its time coming, but yeah, I really enjoy it. It is my favourite position, and obviously, well, I'm a goal scorer, so. I like to get in their box, and hopefully Greeny can provide for me on Saturday.
Let's hope he does that and returns the favour. What about the next two games then? Telford at home, Woking away. Both probably difficult games with different challenges, I think.
Yeah, I think every game's a difficult game at this level. Saturday, I mean Telford. I think I've never had a really good record against Telford, to be honest with you. But hopefully, obviously, I think they scored it last minute last year. I think, obviously, you've just said we scoring in the last minute, so maybe we can turn that round and score again in the last minute.